You don't meet anyone by accident. 6 types of cosmic connections. In our lives, we must always remember that everything happens for a reason, and we never meet anyone by accident. It does not matter how your journey leads you. There is always a way to find different type of people in each time period in life. We meet people for different reasons, even though we do not often realize it. Synchronicity, those who do not know, are essentially meaningful coincidence. They are people coming into our lives to show us things and eventually continuously join with us throughout our journey. In many forms, synchronistic connections arrive. There is always a reason behind one's arrival. Even though you did not notice before, we all learned something from each and every person we met. Some people come into our lives to make our journeys better and to grow with us, whereas some people tear us apart with a blink of an eye. Today, we bring you the most common 6 people we meet throughout our journey. Relate and see whether it is true. They are all synchronistic connections. 6 types of synchronistic connections. 1. People who come to remind you. These human beings always show something really important to us. They evoke knowledge from within us and help us to understand it. They have the ability to remain marked, our souls for eternity. Even though they are gone, they never leave our heart. They create their own space inside our souls, as we cannot forget that person's values. 2. People who make you grow. They are called teachers of our soul. They are the one who shows us our true selves, also creates a better visions for yourself, for ourselves. They are the reason we understand what is your real goal and what direction you should choose in order to become the best visions of ourselves. 3. People who are here to stay forever. These are the people who remains until the end of our journey. Yes, they are rare. They are your support system, and they come in when you need them most. You will have far too many to count experience with these people. Especially your bond will be far stronger than anything you could ever imagine. It is really difficult to stay away from one another. 4. People who come to awaken you. These people show the difference between expectation and reality. Once you meet this type of person, you never realize this particular person will ruin your life. Now you wish that you would not meet him or her. Remember, not everyone you encounter is positive. Negativity is important when it comes to growing as well. The universe understands the limit that you can tolerate, and it knows how far you can imagine negativities in your life. Once you learn a lesson, you will be able to move on from this type of toxic person. 5. People who hold spaces for you. These people come into our lives for a mere moment. There are people who pass you by, and yet still are able to make you feel less alone in the world. It is shocking that you only share a few words with them, or even just a glance, but still they are important to you. These people make an impact when you are in need of something. 6. People who are meant to leave. They do not stay for a long time. These people come to our lives for a different purpose. They do not long last. They are sent to you so you can learn from them, and it can be either positive or negative. These people come into your lives and make you fall in love, only to break your heart. They show you a different world within the period of time they exist, and suddenly they are gone and everything changes. They do not accept that they even exist in our lives. Strange, but true. 6 cosmic reasons why certain people come into our lives, each one for a specific reason. Is there a reason why certain people come into our lives? Is there a plan of the universe which makes them leave? Some people believe that there is a bigger plan behind the entry and exit of every individual in our life. If we expand our perspective a little bit, even the biggest skeptic could see this intricate design between every human being. A lot of people believe that people enter each other's lives for either a reason, a season, or a lifetime. This might be a good summary, but it misses out on explaining the reasons behind it. These reasons form the basis of all human connection. The idea of a spiritual synchronicity propagate the belief that there are no accidents or coincidences. Everything that happened in the universe happened for a reason. It is best described as a mirror. Whatever you do reflects back on you. So, on your belief and commitment ultimately decides the course of your life. If you believe you are blessed with the power to heal, all the broken souls will be pulled towards you. Something similar happens if your mental space is stormy. You will attract like-minded individuals and situations to yourself. Each person we meet has been sent for a reason. They play various roles in helping us grow and move forward on our life path. They impact, influence, and guide us. Thus, it's all the most important to be aware of the importance of each person in our life and never fall into the comfort zone that make us take them for granted. These are the reasons why certain people come into our lives. 1. They are sent to remind us. Sometimes we lost sight of our goals, dreams, or things which actually matter. Our better senses of judgment is clouded, and it's during times like these that some people show up to correct the way. They remind us of what matters more and why we chose our path in the first place. 2. They hold place for us in tiny but powerful positive ways. Not all the people we encounter with are supposed to have large, life-changing impact on our lives. Some of the people come into our lives for a very short period of time, just to warm us with their compassion, companionship. They have a short but meaningful role to play in our lives. 3. They were sent to awaken us. Sometimes we let life's rain fall from our hand, letting it move without our participation. We get too comfortable or distracted to actively take control and lead our own lives towards its goal. It is during situations like this that certain people enter our lives to awaken us towards our goals. 4. They provide much needed encouragement. Facing mountains of challenges and failure is enough to discourage any soul. Many times during the course of our lives, we face a situation which seems impossible to encounter. When failure seems inevitable, here the universe provides us help by sending over people who encourage us and help us find strength to continue. 5. They help us grow. Grow is a continuous process of our lives. Whether we like it or not, situations never remain the same, and they keep changing, which force us to adapt and grow accordingly. It helps us shed our previous shortcoming and transform into the person we were destined to be. Most of the time, these changes occur with the trigger provided by another person. They are the people who actually propel us towards our growth. 6. They were sent to stay, becoming a permanent part of our life. As explained above, people don't always stay with us for our whole life. Most of our acquaintances and friends are there to keep us company for a short period of time. However, there are those who stays with us through thick and thin and become lifelong companions. They will have a continuous role in your growth. Every person who crosses our path is important in his or her own way. Its significance should not be ignored if we wish to grow and succeed in our lives.